When it comes to Mario and Sonic, they have their ups and downs. Sonic's popular with his attitude, while Mario is more full into the fun aspect. Sonic is more focused on speed platforming. Mario's more focused on parkour and platforming. Mario's always stayed the same, while Sonic always tried to tread new waters. Truth be told, I am more of a Sonic guy than a Mario guy myself. But I will admit, the Mario series are good. I mean really good. Not to mention, without Mario, there is no Sonic. Without Mario, there is no Crash, Bandicoot, or basically, without Mario, there's no other video game characters that come out of the incident. I'd played the spin-offs, never the main series, other than both versions of Super Mario 64. But even a guy who is new to the series can catch up with the same old story and the same old results. Never changes, never alters. I mean, what is a better story? A damsel in distress, or saving the world from a madman? I think the latter. No offense to who likes the Mario series, but I enjoy the story elements more than just the gameplay itself. I mean, that's the main reason why I like Sonic the Hedgehog. They always tell us new stories. They always give us a new adventure. Mario, it's as simple as kidnapping a princess, a damsel in distress story every single time. I get tired of it. No offense. However, when the Switch was revealed, and there's no doubt that there's going to be a Super Mario Brothers game, which evidently did, something changed my perspective around. Instead of a casual 2D game for Mario, this is a replacing comeback to 3D Mario ever since Super Mario Galaxy 2. And no, 3D World does not count as a 3D Mario game. We'll go back to it sometime. It's exactly what I remember the 3D games were like, and I'm just so into it. What I was not expecting is that Mario is getting an overhaul with an added new ability. I got hats of many kinds. I got the original hat from my dad, which is led in 2012 Olympics. I got my I got my party hat, Party City Sonic the Hedgehog hat, which I used for Sonic Colors review. I got my original Jamfrog hat, which my parents got for me for my birthday, I believe? It looks very fancy. Might be able to update it a little bit. I got this Sonic hat, which I got for my Christmas present. I got this Mariners Seattle's fedora. I got this Seattle Sounders hat. My PlayStation cap. My straw hat for casual wear. My fedora. Wait, what? And of course, Cappy. No worries, it's not going to take over my mind whenever, like in the games. Never in my mind, they never implemented a game that includes hats as the main weapon for the game itself. I mean, sure, there's hats in time, which it looks like a really good game, but nothing compared to what Super Mario Odyssey did. Now, enough stalling, let's get to the review of Super Mario Odyssey! Waluigi, what are you doing here?
Well, it all begins with me and Mario playing tennis. Waluigi, was able to beat Mario at my own game. Then Mario mentioned something about Super Smash Brothers that he's in, and that this is gonna be the best Smash Brothers game ever. Now, I always dream of being in a Smash Brothers game. I decided to sign myself in. But, unfortunately, I was assigned as an assassin trophy. But I was okay with it. The internet, however, well, that's a different story.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Story of my life.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm actually planning to do like a review on Super Mario Odyssey.
What? You mean to tell me that you're doing a review on a game that stole my idea?
Oh come on, it's not a copy.
Let's see. We have an exploring around all the kingdoms. Check. Flotation device that is used as a hot air balloon. Actually, Waluigi, I think that's more of a coincidence. Not done here. Using your psychic powers to capture foes and use them as ammo. Check. Oh, and what's this? No game overs? Check.
Okay, there might be a few similarities, but you gotta admit, this game is really good. If it makes you feel any better, I can do a review on this game while wearing the Waluigi suit. How's that?
Fine, but I am not gonna enjoy this review.
Good enough for me. Princess Peach gets kidnapped by Bowser, and Mario has to rescue her. The end. Next topic. Hey, come on. That's not the entire story, Waluigi, and you know it. Fine. Bowser finally has a reason to kidnap the princess this time. To marry the princess by force. I think that's kinda, illegal? Luckily, Mario is out there in the nick of time to save the princess, like always, and the two do get out. They were equally matched. But then Bowser pulled off one final trick up his sleeve by throwing his hat into the ring. Quite literally, I might add. For the very first time, we actually see not only Mario's defeat, but also witness the destruction of his iconic hat. Mario wakes up in the land with ghost hats, where he meets his new companion for this game, Cappy. Here we learn that Bowser also has been conflicting with other worlds in order to get what he needs for the wedding, including Cappy's sister, Tiara. With two damsels in peril, they decided to help each other and venture across the kingdoms with a hat ship called the Odyssey, and stop that wedding! Okay, the thing I don't like in stories that involve with reused tropes, like damsel in distress, I think is the most overused plot point in any story, especially with Mario. But this time around, I can actually accept it. For once, the story actually has more story in any Mario game thus far. Other than Super Mario Galaxy 1. And probably 2. But anyways, every land you go is like a chapter to the next kingdom. Every journey you go through has a new breath of fresh air. It's like Galaxy, except it shows Bowser's impact to the kingdoms, while at the same time shows how you fix everything that Bowser has done. I mean, seriously, who in the right minds can make a simple story element like a damsel in distress story so impactful in the Super Mario Brothers game? Who's responsible for this? What wizardry made me enjoy this story? You sure are the best. Let's begin with the basics. Mario officially moves around in a 3D sandbox plane instead of a 2D plane. Like the song says, you can jump around and grab coins. Like in the 64 era, you can do many jump maneuvers like a triple jump, long jump, side somersault, backflip, and of course 3 new moves, the roll, the ground stomp jump, and the dive. You're still able to do ground stomps, grab items or ledges, even runs around, and unlike any Mario game, he can't die when you jump off the highest place. He even jumps off the Twin Towers and can still shake it off. Well, unless you jump off into the pits where you can't get out. That's a completely different story. However, what is different from other Mario games is 4 things: power moves, health, coins, and of course, Cappy. The main goal to the game is to do certain tasks in order to get new collectibles, power moves, or power stars. How do you get this confused? Some you get by doing a main mission, others you need to find them out in the open. Some you need to complete a course, others involve with minigames. They are everywhere, and it's not easy to progress through the main story without them, but easy to lose to keep track. Luckily, the Odyssey counts them all as it's the source of its power. Now, while I did say jumping off the highest building does not do any damage, getting hit by an enemy does. You got 3 life points. Once you use them, you die. However, the game does not have any life. In fact, you can only lose 10 coins per death and come back from it. No life counter? Yes! You can get more hit points by getting a special heart, but it costs around 50 coins, so in my opinion, don't get them unless you want to. Not to mention there are those hearts that refill a single health point, so be a lookout on that.
Now there are 2 different types of golden coins. Golden coins, which allows you to buy suits and hearts and a moon. And purple coins, which is only valuable in certain types of kingdoms. There are at least about 50 to 100 of them. You collect them all, you buy all the souvenirs, or the suits you aren't able to buy with your golden coins. Let's just say there are really huge Easter egg hunts. If you think collecting the moons is hard, finding all the purple coins are very tedious. We'll talk about the suits in a later time.
And of course, we have Cappy. This little hat. Cappy is like what if Flood, Yoshi, and Luma became one character. You can use it for attacks, or you can use it to maneuver the platforms like an extra jump or pulling the switches. However, the best thing about it is what's different from those 3 is that he can possess enemies. You can even control Cappy with 2-player mode, which, while very minimum, actually allows them to do something other than a Luma pointing at the screen and grab items. Though personally, I prefer 1-player unless you have a younger sibling that wants to join on the journey. Trust me, it's better that way. Not to mention, he basically replaces the power-ups that Mario uses and make them more unique and usable in every area. From a Goomba to a Koopa, from a car to a T-Rex. It's almost like Psycho Waluigi when you think about it. Continuing on, they have their own advantage and disadvantage. Every boss arena wants you to use the hat's power to control enemies, to protect yourself from incoming attacks, even try to do a simple bits of platforming. This comes in a bit of strategy into play, and then a simple bump on the head 2 times and done. Of course, like Flood, there are some areas where you need to maneuver without Cappy, especially saving Cappy from that buzzer. Ugh, I despise those vultures. But there are areas where 3D becomes 2D, going back to the good old classic where all you need to do is move left and right and jump around, like a casual Mario game. Now this is what I want to see a 3D game transferred into 2D. You can actually combine them instead of dividing them. You don't have to divide them up if you're already making a 2D and a 3D level. Just combine the two and it works.
I've been told that the controls for Mario feels a little bit uncomfortable when you're just using a Pro Controller, and I can understand why. Though, after playing with it for a while, I gotten used to the controls. Personally, I would wish that there was a different way for controlling Mario with the capping mechanic, but hey, we all can't be winners.
Now, what more can I say about the presentation? It's fully HD 3D Mario, and it's it looks so wonderful. Every land has a theme, and each theme is different from another. From the realistic city of New Donk City to the land of foods, each theme has a new visual, and they all look fine.
Oh, so when Mario does it, it's all fine and dandy, but when I do it, it's not okay?
How is everyone getting into my house?
I mean, he ain't wrong. For crying out loud, we may be human, but we look vastly different from them. They were saying that there are different species of them, so are there like different types of humans? It doesn't make any sense.
I'd rather not bring up the realistic people. Besides, there is more rumors that you guys are just basically actors. Or maybe like a CGI character appearing in a realistic world. Have you ever think about that?
Wow.
Yeah! Okay, this is really getting out of hand. The music itself fits. Whoa. Yeah! Yeah! When you think of Mario, you always think of a nice and peaceful tunes. But this time around, Mario has music of all kinds. Jazz, guitar, even orchestrated songs. My favorite is obviously Jump Up Superstar. It fits for Mario, and even the music sometimes dies down for a bit when you are hearing the natures of the world, especially when you're swimming underwater, or...
Wow! Where did that came from?
I don't know. I didn't saw it coming. Oh, come on. That joke is dynamite.
Please stop!
When you beat the game, you are able to venture the Mushroom Kingdom, where there is not only more moons, but in this case stars. Well, you can also possess Yoshi? Not to mention, the Princess Peach has gone exploring to other kingdoms as some sort of vacation of some sorts. If you found her, she gives you moons. Now the main extra is, well, more moons. Yep. Not only it's a source of continuing the story, but also rewards of going out of your way of find them with suits. Unless you have an amiibo, which basically unlocks them all from the start with certain suits. To find these moons is no easy task. If you want to 100 this game, good luck getting them all. The game allows you to finish the game casually by collecting 200 moons, which in turn unlocks the darker side of the moon. Complete it and you get King Mario suit. Don't want to 100 it? Good luck finding above 800 moons. Not kidding here. There are over 900 moons to find and get. And they are no picnic. Fortunately, if you are still stumped, you can use a parrot for hints or the hint toad to give its location. Though if you decide to use hint toad, it costs around you 50 coins, so use it wisely. Speaking of suits, they are, well, just a cosmetic look and appearance. They don't do anything much other than giving a new look for Mario or a way to bypass areas to get more moons. And that's fine because, well, it does not have to be anything special at all. It can be a nostalgic memory or something wacky. Other than that, there's nothing else. Except for the moons. Don't take this the wrong way. I enjoy playing this game. I would say it's one of my favorite video games in 2017 and 2018. But the only thing that I am not fond of is the moons. Sure, it did not pause my own progression per se, like some other game I know. It is, however, very draining when trying to go out your way to find every single moon to get. Let's not forget that there is over 900 moons. 900! That's twice the amount than Galaxy and more with 64 and Sunshine combined! I just know if I decide to get every single moon, it will take me forever to find them all. And that's not the worst problem, as there is going to be more moons with every single update, and you get more suits with every single moon you get. Unless you have amiibos, which, again, I don't. If there is one thing you must know, I am stubborn and determined to get all these, to get everything done. And so far, I got at least under 700. I could go ahead and get more moons, but it will take me longer to get them all. Yes, I tried to get all the moons for Super Mario Galaxy. It's mostly because I want to unlock Luigi. Yes, I went my way to get all 5 red rings in Sonic the Hedgehog. It's mostly because I want to get Super Sonic. So why can't I do the same thing for Odyssey? Because it's a length to get them all, that's why. I don't mind collectibles, but I just don't have the time or the skills to get them all. I think that's the reason why they include minigames to bypass time, like challenges or speedruns. Even update the game like the next best thing. Balloon. Yeah, I heard about that. That's one of those games Luigi hosts. That's actually correct. The goal here is you have a set record of time and you have to find the balloon and you get the golden reward. You can also hide your own for others to find. Personally, I find this a fun way to bypass time and getting more money. Maybe I can get more money that way by rigging it. I wouldn't rather not do that. That would be unfair to everyone. I personally prefer a challenge than cheating or glitching. If the game is unfair, then it's already done. Saw that coming. What more can I say? This game is really good. Sure, everyone say this with every Mario game, but it's the truth. If anything, I say this is the best return to a 3D Mario era. It's not the best, but with more polish, it might be even better. If Nintendo decided to bring this formula up again, I honestly would not mind playing it again. The only issue, and this is basically my own opinion, is the usage of the pound notes. Even if I have time in my hands, I think they overdid the collectibles just a tiny bit. I do enjoy this game, I just don't have the time to get them all. And that's fine, as it's not necessary to get them all. If you want to, you can go your way to find them all. But if you just want to play the main game, you can do that too. Everyone is a winner. Give this game a go if you haven't. You won't be disappointed. Fantastic!
Hey, that's not a bad game at all.
Not a bad game, huh? Huh. You know, I think that's the first ever time you ever said anything good about it.
Hey, don't push it. Well, I better practice for tennis. I want to win that trophy in Mario Tennis Aces.
Alright, Waluigi, you have a wonderful day.
And you have a jam-tastic day.